Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome, welcome, welcome all of you. This is your divine inspiration message for today. All right, so here we go. We are using the Happier Me affirmation cards from Aramond. I get these off Amazon. And the affirmation for today is I choose to let go of fear. And on the other side is fear keeps you stuck in one place. Take one fear that you have and notice the power it has over you. Then see it for what it is. Just a thought. Just a thought. Louise Hay taught me long years ago that thoughts, negative, positive, or otherwise, are like emotional clouds that move through the body. They move through. They are temporary. And because of who we are at the core of our being, at the core of our soul, we have the choice to change them. The choice to change them. The ability to change them. Incidentally, my friends, we are in a number 3 and angel numerology day. Messages from ascended masters as well as your loved ones that have ascended into spirit that come to remind us that everything's fine, it's all going to be okay, and we're here to have fun. Although there are many out there that want to upset that apple cart and not be part of joy, part of happiness. But this is what everyone seeks. And I did find myself, not anymore. Why are people seeking joy, happiness, love, harmony, peace, when the reality of it is they don't feel that way? And that's out there. The energy of 3 is about being artistic, creative, inspiring, imaginative, as well as having fun. Be a good idea to meditate today on that number 3. Use the Hermit or the Moon. We're in the sign of Cancer, which, brings with it some energy that is nurturing, that is loving, is kind. We're using the Divine Masters Oracle deck by Kyle Gray to bring you our Master of the Week. And our Master of the Week is Mary Magdalene. I talked a little bit about her yesterday, or should say Mary of Magdalene. She's bringing us the message that we are sacred vessels. We've got the answers within inside of us. And we're guided to our purpose. So with that said, these isms, I am strong, I am powerful, I am meant to have a magical life. Yes, you are. I am. You are. All of us. Focus on love. Because you already know what fear does. Feel joy. Because you know what the opposite of that is. And you've been feeling it. And be content. Why would you not want to be content? And for me, it's like I'm going to point my compass needle, my life trajectory towards love. And guess what? When you point and you send that energy towards love, towards acceptance, towards anything that's good, my friend Vicky calls it the divine benevolence. Divine benevolence is everything I could possibly want is going to be provided for me. I've got Gertrude and I've got Beatrice here. Where are they? Standing on the top of, okay, so they want you to know that you're the commander of your world. They are standing back on top of that vista, that big top of the hill where they're looking out over the land. Not exactly, just standing there, looking over. And the message they're saying is look at what you have already created. Look at the greatness that you have access to. And tap into the greatness that you have access to and use that. As far as being creative and how do you change, some folks say, well, I'm not creative, I'm not an artist, I'm not this, I'm not that. Well, that makes me feel sad. It doesn't matter whether you are into crochet. I think I shared with you last week that I made myself a bucket bag. Some might say this is kind of higgledy-piggledy all over the place. But the joy of making it, the joy of figuring out how to work with 6 strands of thread on one hook and turn it into a bag, it captivated me. You may be drawn to do some painting. Well, start with the canvas. And then grab yourself a couple of free brushes, or go get yourself a sketchbook. Start, if you want to start with a sketch from the middle, work outward. What does that look like? You get to the point where, oh, this is a little too much, or I need to start again. Anything we do in life, we're starting again. But start again with love. Let me choose. These are the Fairy Tarot cards by Radley Valentine. And there's one that's poking out right there. I like fairies. I like being around fairies. They make me giggle, bring me joy. Let's see what this has to say. Well, here's an interesting fact. Yesterday, we had the King of Winter. And today, we've got the Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. Okay. I just got a message, I guess, from Gertrude or Beatrice. Yes, they're nodding their head towards me. Some of you may have experienced some judgment, or you might have been judging yourself. I was on a call Saturday with some good friends. Some of you might have been on that same call with a wonderful, wonderful spiritualist, I would call him, fellow student of mine, John Mothershead. You've seen his website. I posted it every so often. If you haven't gone there, let me see if I can find that link. There we go. JohnMothershead.com. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating gentleman. A person who, like all of us, decided this is the kind of work he wants to do. This is what he'd like to do. And on this call, on this party, it's called Angel 365. And I urge you all, every month, get on there. It's a different theme. It's wonderful. I love it. He paints a picture and then tells you what he sees in the painting. There was someone, well, more than one of us, that were dealing with some judgment, dealing with some negativity, dealing with some pointed people that were coming at us with their daggers drawn. And even if we didn't hear what they said, even if we didn't, we got it. We got that message. We got that energy. We feel it. Most of us are intuitive. We can feel when somebody is being a little ratchet. And basically, it comes down to judgment. Judgment that we don't like. What if it's judgment that we do like? What if it's, well, that's a compliment. That's not really judgment. That's complimenting somebody. That's celebrating something. That's celebrating what someone's doing. But all the more we see here, especially in the last 20 to 30 years, and I believe it started in the 90s, our media turned into cheap entertainment in the form of reality television. They put people in situations, real life situations. Television cameras were all over the place. Families, famous families, one comes to mind, had these cameras following them around their houses while they did some, what I consider to be unkind, insidious, rude things to other people, their neighbors, their friends, said horrible things, behaved, in my opinion, abominably. Was I judging them? Yes. So how do you get out of that? Well, you stop comparing what you do, the morals of your life, with other people. But the other part to this, which I landed on Saturday, was when you find yourself doing it. I remember doing an exercise about 14 years ago while I was on one of those 1 week retreats, a boot camp. And we had to write down, well, we were with a partner. And we were to stay with this partner all day long. And this partner was to write down a judgment that they heard us say about ourselves. Because everything comes from within and goes outward. Mary Magdalene says, you are the answer. Be guided by your purpose, or be guided to your purpose. Was your purpose to point fingers at other people? Was your purpose to, is your compass needle pointed towards fear or love? And what do you prefer, love or fear? Folks who are deeply in love with other folks romantically, want to be loved, seen, adored, all of those things, they fear losing it. I know that's been me. The greatest love of all, and I feared losing it. Well, the greatest love of all lives in my heart. When I woke up to that, oh, well, there you go. So this Ace of Winter is saying, don't be deterred by challenges because you're on the right path, and we can't be on a pathway. Look at this gorgeous outfit this fairy's wearing. She's just beautiful. And that lovely color, violet, deep, rich violet, reminds me of Archangel Zadkiel, reminds me of the Saint Germain, Jeremiah. The spiritual color is what that is. And then this beautiful saber tiger right behind her. Trust that new things, new ideas come. They come through inspiration. They come through worthiness. They come through those challenges. Bring us the confidence in our own insights. They bring us the communication that is clear and concise. And they remove, these challenges will remove confusion. We do have to take care of appearing cold and appearing non-emotional, non-reactive when we speak our truth. So today's the day about brilliant new ideas. Today's the day about getting in touch with that creative spirit of yours. Oops, what's going on here now? I've got a remote keyboard next to me and my cards just fell on top of it. That's what I'm saying. These things happen. The other thought part to all of this is be authentic. Be in that authentic. What do I want to say about that, Beatrice? Oh, Gertrude just said, well, you can't be anybody else because they're already taken. Yeah, I've used that line. She knows you have. But you know, we spend our time comparing ourselves with other people. I've done it. That's where the judgment comes from. When we see something that we want, or someone that's behaving in a way that we would like to behave, or someone has some things that we would like to have. Not so much. I had to work on that. It took a while. It was wired in, just like I got through saying, you know, we sort of programmed. We get programmed by these, whatever you want to call them, competition. Everybody has been set up to compete with people. However, the truth is, we don't really need to compete with anyone. Why? We don't. We don't have to. You know, if you don't want to lose, don't get in the game. If you do not want to lose, don't play the game. That's better. If you don't want to lose, don't play the game. That should be on a t-shirt. Interesting. Anyway, my friends, focus on love. Feel that joy. What does that joy feel like to you? What does joy feel like to you? Really? Joy, what does it feel like to me? Running through a lavender field with no clothes on. That is like joy. And see, it makes me laugh out loud. I don't care. Doesn't matter. But there was a time in my life where I did. One of the lies I told myself, and it came from being told, you're fat. That was my lie. Big lie. Yeah. And the more I told myself I'm fat, the fatter I got. That happened when I went through that, writing down the judgment. And when the lady read it back, all these labels, she had a whole sheet full of those Avery labels, and she would stick them on my back. And when she looked at them all like a collage, she says, you know what, your lie is you're fat. And I honestly wanted the floor to swallow me up and let me go. The reality of it was, I mean, that was not true. It was a lie. It came from somewhere. Probably the fact that I wasn't good enough. Another lie that comes from somewhere. We tell ourselves these horrible things. We do. We just say these awful things about ourselves. And it's hurt. It's sad. It is sad. That's where ego comes in. Wants to keep you stuck in that place. Wants to keep you in your safety zone. Wants to keep you in your comfort zone. All right, my friends, that's it, I think, for me. Thank you, Gertrude. Thank you, Beatrice. I love every one of you for liking, subscribing, and getting the word out there. And until tomorrow, take care of yourself. Bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.